Yo, 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 yo. What's up, you guys? Welcome back. Welcome back. It's that time. We're wrapping up 2025 today, okay? Um, two more episodes to wrap up 2025. We got to wrap up November, which is today's video. And then next, we'll have to do December. But I'm catching up slowly but surely. My name is Mint of the Mint Underground Music Show. Today, we're going to continue for November's monthly mailbox and take it from there. Without further ado, let's get into this. We're going to go back to the usual way of doing business, which is starting with cassette tapes. Today's cassette tape, first cassette tape, I should say, is going to be hailing out of the Treetop neighborhood in Compton, California. A young man by the name of, a young man by the name of David Blake, aka DJ Quik, and is born and raised in Compton cassette single. This is a sealed cassette single that I got in the month of November. I believe I got this one off of Discogs. I don't really remember the seller's name or anything like this. I like it because it still has the original sticker here, price tag $3.49, which is pretty cool. On this version, it's going to have the album version and the radio version. Nothing too fancy, but it's great to have. I do have the CD single, the promo CD single for this release. This song did come out in 1991. I do remember when it first dropped. I could go down memory lane and tell you what I was doing and everything else. But I do also believe that this is the first single off of his first album. Um, Born and Raised in Compton was the first song that I remember with the black and white, shot in black and white. And I can't tell if he's in train tracks, on a tunnel, and stuff like that. But I do remember when it first dropped. What I don't remember is what channel was I on. At this time, this is the era of UMTV Raps, but I would highly doubt that it was UMTV Raps. I'm going to lean more towards Rap City or the what was it called, the box where you would order, called the 900 number. I'm gonna lean towards those two. Reason why I'm not gonna lean towards UMTV Raps. UMTV Raps was always late to West Coast or anybody outside of the East Coast artists. They'll catch up, but they wouldn't like premiere them right away, especially a new act. This was the first time that anybody noticed DJ Quik, although he did have an underground tape, which is known as the red tape. But this is the first time that he made it on the scene for the music industry as a whole, which is Quik is the Name album. Very good album. Really love this single. Happy to have it in my collection. All right, next up, we got another classic, another legendary artist to wrap up on DJ Quik, and to just go back before I step into it. DJ Quik is not just a rapper, he's one of the greatest DJs and producers coming out of the West Coast too, and has a very good lineage to other rappers out of that area. He's multi-dimensional in his sound, from funk to R&B to jazz, blues, and of course rap. So let's get back into this though. Next up is Scarface. Scarface, hailing out of the South Park, Houston, Texas. This is Scarface, A Minute to Pray and A Second to Die. This is a very good CD single from his Mr. Scarface album. I really love this album. I wish that I got this in better condition. As you can see, mine is a little torn. It's still sealed. But like I always tell you guys, get it while you could get it. And then you could get it later on. Is it rare? Not really. Is it rare sealed? Not really. I don't remember what I bought it for, but I want to say it was something like $20. And this was a Discogs find as well, just like the DJ Quik. And I want to say DJ Quik on Discogs was probably like $25 or something like that. But yeah, this was definitely a nice find. I'm happy to have this. It's all A Minute to Pray and A Second to Die. It does have the I'm Dead pop radio and the I'm Dead club on there, but it has all the different versions and variations of A Minute to Pray, Second to Die from the radio version. What else? They have the LP version. Is it, what would they say? Pop radio, urban radio, and instrumental, and then the club version as well. So, real glad, real happy to have this. I have two versions of this on CD, on the CD singles side as well. I believe they're both promos as well, promo CDs that I have. One comes with the artwork similar to this, and I think the other one is just plain, but the rear tray card has some stuff. And the one with the artwork, I believe, has this same photograph on there and a tray card on it. But yeah, glad to add this to my collection finally. Have been looking forward or being patient for it. Just look for a decent price. Sometimes you'll see somebody who's charging $50 or $60 or something like that. For me, that was a little too much for me personally because I do see it often. So if you're patient, you should probably get it from anywhere 20, maximum $30. That would be my suggestion. All right. We started off on the West Coast in Compton, went to the South, to the Dirty, to Houston, Texas, the South Park area. And now we're going to take it to the Shaolin, to the Shaolin, Staten Island, SI. And we're going to go with another legendary artist, I should say. Raekwon, only built for Cuban Linx, double bend, double cassette. And what I mean by the bend is the bend, the placement that holds this. There's a total of 2 cassettes on here, and this is Raekwon's only built for Cuban Linx 30th anniversary release. This is the original release version right here that I'm talking about. I'm real happy to have this in my collection. There's some subtle differences. There's 2 more versions that came out after that, which I have, and we'll discuss here in a moment. But I was happy to have this. The first one went back to having this first one. One of the cassette tapes went back to his autograph that's found on his original purple tape, and it's to celebrate that purple tape. The second cassette tape on here are the instrumentals, and I thought that was a pretty cool packaging because I have quite a few Raekwon only built for Cuban Linx releases that were put out prior to this. Most of them that I have, I got off of Get On Down Records, multiple versions from a slipcase one. Excuse me. And I'm talking about the cassette versions. I have some vinyl from them as well. But you would have the slipcase one, which was the last one that I got. And then you had 2 box sets, and I have both of those as well. I also have one of the 2 box sets for sale at menunderground.com. But I'm really happy to have this one because this is the first time they did the actual cassette tape with an instrumental on the bottom. And I'm really, 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 really proud to have this, So before we move on, let's get into the other versions. Now, this one I ordered in June. The next one is sold out quick. This first one is sold out quick. Everybody's like, next thing you know, everybody's selling online. I'm lucky enough to follow people on Facebook and stuff. And I had it planned in my brain to watch it and try to get it on at the time that it dropped. But you know what, man? I'm not like putting it in my reminders on my calendar. So sometimes I miss out on things. But luckily he dropped it again, like did a restock and so forth. So I got the original 30th anniversary release on the restock. Okay, I got the original 30th anniversary on the restock that took place on Mass Appeal. So got that done, and they were like restocking it, like they restocked it throughout the day, the next day a little bit, and then it was done. So I'm glad I was able to get one. Now, the second version came out in August. I said, you know what, man? Double up. So I doubled up on that version. It still looks the same. It's still the only built for Cuban Linx and so forth like that. But this one in comparison, it's a little bit darker in the color of the cassette tapes. It's a little bit darker purple than the original release. Okay, and it has this little barcode on the back. Got this off of Mass Appeal as well. Very happy to have that. You know what I mean? I got 2 of them. Now, another way you could tell the original version right here from this, outside of that barcode on the back, of course, is the barcode, but the original version has a ribbed spine. It has a ribbed spine versus a smooth spine on the second pressing, on the second release. So I have that version. Now, then I want to say about October or November, they came out with a 3rd version. The 3rd version is right here. What's different about this one, it does the same purple tapes, everything else has a barcode. This part barcode's going vertical and so forth. I'm sure some might be this way, depending on whoever put the package together. But the real difference is the OBI, the strip along the side of it that wraps around it like that. It's black, and underneath it on the bottom, it just has, what is it, 30th OB for CL. OB are only built for Cuban Linx in this circle right here. Now the other ones have a Wu-Tang logo. The second version has a Wu-Tang logo, and so does the original. So the way you tell the first one of the 30th anniversary, pay attention to the ribbed, and it doesn't have a barcode. The second pressing is still going to look like it has a slightly darker cassette tape, but that's probably not going to translate in photos, to be honest with you. But it will have a smooth spine, not a ribbed spine, and a barcode. And then we have the 3rd version. The 3rd version is very easy to spot. It has a black OBI instead of the purple OBI with the signature as well, but it's going to say 30th OB 4CL, which is only built for Cuban Linx, and a barcode. Now, I'm happy to have all of these. I believe this is the only version that is still available, and you would have to go to Raekwon's website. I don't really remember what it is to tell you off the top of my head, but a lot of people are selling all of these versions on Discogs or eBay. So I would say pay attention to which version you want. If you want all 3 versions, I'm that type of guy who wants all 3 versions. Not everybody does that, but one of them is still available now. I don't know how long that's going to last, which is the black OBI. Go back, check it out, get it while you can, because it's not going to be around forever. I promise you it's not going to be around forever. But me, I like all 3 of them. You know, great package. I'm going to put it up top over here behind me with the rest of my Raekwon stuff, including a figure from the concrete, concrete something and all that. I'm going to put it with all of my Raekwon stuff. Now, I'm not going to lie. Here recently, there was a great auction on eBay, and I was trying to get that. That's why I was holding off on these. But now that I missed out on the auction, not missed out, but I just wasn't going to pay the amount that it went for. I was trying to get a brand new sealed original purple cassette with the similar sticker that you see right here on it. Someone right now has another one up for $1,800. I'm not going to pay $1,800 for that one because A, it doesn't have the sticker. It's still original, but it's cracked, has the cracked shell. If I'm paying that type of money, $1,800, I want my stuff to be perfect. It doesn't have to have this, but it shouldn't be cracked. You understand? Because that's like truly a collector's. I'm gonna put it in a case type of probably get it graded type of price to me to pay. So I would hope that whoever's selling that, I'm not gonna buy it no matter what. You will not see it in my collection. Even though I do say get it while you can. Only way you would see it in my collection is if I got it for like in the hundreds, not thousands. You know, probably more, you know. I'm not even going to give my price, but it ain't nowhere near, not even half of what he's asking with that crack. To me, you lose a lot of value, even if it is sealed. Still cool that it's sealed, but I'm not going to pay for something with a crack. Me personally, you could get what you like. that's just my opinion. You know, so once again, Raekwon, only built for Cuban Linx. Got 4 copies of these. I'm probably gonna hang on to one. Keep it outside of the display up there, and just probably play it. To be honest with you, open it up, look at the stuff, look at it. So yeah, Raekwon, only built for Cuban Linx. Next up, it's not a cassette. We're done with cassettes. It's a wrap. All right. So since we wrapped that up, let's get into hailing out of the Fillmore district, the Fillmore neighborhood in San Francisco, California. Dre Dog, aka Andre Nickatina, and Equipto, from the not hieroglyphics, but what's the name of their groups? Board Stiff and all that. Horns and Halos album. This is the original one, sealed. This is the first release of that. Just Horns and Halos. Still has the slip cover on here. Glad to have this finally in my collection. I have all the other ones still sealed. Actually, I have one that isn't sealed. And I'm probably going to replace it because I do want it sealed since I already have all the music off of it. You know, that's just currently what I'm trying to do, is get a lot of my collection sealed. Like I said, when you run out of things to collect, you sort of find new things to collect. Now I'm looking for sealed things, you know. So anyhow, are you catching on with the theme? However, I do buy things that are unsealed too, as well. So we'll talk about that. But this is Andre Nickatina and Equipto, Horns and Halos. Really happy to have that. Horns and Halos plays on the devil versus the angels. You know what I mean? God versus angels, good versus bad type of thing. Real dope. Major fan of Andre Nickatina. Happy to have this in my collection. All right. Let's get into it. Now we're going to move to the Midwest. We went all the way, traveled from the West Coast to the dirty South to the East Coast. Now we're coming to the Midwest up north. And we're going to come out of Cleveland. East 99 is where you find me, slinging me, yeah, baby. All right. Cleveland is where the city where we come from, so run. Bone Thugs and Harmony. This is for smokers only. Bone Thugs and Harmony for the bud smokers only. Bone's greatest weed songs. Now, I've seen many versions of this. I haven't seen this version before. It's not the version that I'm looking for, but I'll take it while I have it. I'm aware of like 2 other versions of this that I'm trying to get as well, but it was a good start. I had a chance to get this back in November. I want to say it was off of eBay. I don't remember the seller, but I want to say it was for like $40, $50 max, I would say. But I hopped on it. Never seen this version. I thought it was the version that I went to, but I go from eBay to Discogs looking and comparing things that I don't have to see if it's the original version. So this is a third version that's not on Discogs. So you won't see this version. It looks similar to the one that I'm looking for. One of the 2 that I'm looking for, the original, that I'm aware of being original. And then now this one is very similar to the original, but it's not it. But I'm happy to have this in my collection. Bone Thugs and Harmony for bud smokers only. Bone's greatest weed songs. I'm not a weed smoker, but always wanted this. So anyhow, all right. We're going to take it back to the West now. Taking it back to the West. We're going up north to Vallejo, the Valley Joe. Former group member of the Sick Witted Records label. Dope MC. Got used to hearing him in some Mob Funk. Got the hair and Shirley Temples, you know, braids, plaits, and stuff like that. He always does some stuff. Really slept on member of the Sick Witted record labels. Everybody thinks of V40 and the Click. Some people even think of Little Bruce and so forth. People do think of him, but I don't think he gets the respect that he needs to. He was a dope MC, a dope artist all around. And who I'm talking about right here is Selly Cell, Songs You Can't Find. Selly Cell, Songs You Can't Find. Happy to have this in my collection. It is used. Everything doesn't have to be brand new sealed. I was able to find this, I believe, for like 25 bucks on eBay. I don't remember the seller's name, but I've seen a couple here recently. Mine is recent, of course, in November, right? It's not too long ago, but I got it for like 25 bucks or something. I'll say maximum 29. I don't really remember. I don't go back, y'all, and fact check. Like, how much did I pay? I don't do that. I'm just going off the top of my dome. Um, but I got it for like 25 to 29 bucks or something like that. And I'm happy that I did. There was another version. One is still up online. I want to say they have it at 80 bucks, but that same seller was trying to auction it, and a lot of people kept passing it up, and he had his down to like 15 to 19, basically 20 bucks, a little less than this one. And now he raised the price up, but you don't see it too often. Glad to have it. Had a chance to listen to it, but I do plan on listening to it. But real happy to have this. Songs you can't find, so really happy to have this. Looks like this came out in 2002. I wasn't up on this one, so I was glad to see it. So I got it. It's staying. Selly sell. Songs you can't find. All right, we're going to head all the way across on the other side of the United States, back to the East Coast. More specifically, Queensbridge. Queensbridge. I was talking about Mass Appeal Records and getting Mass Appeal in previous videos, and I got the Raekwon only built from Cuban Linx from their website, except for that black OBI version that I was talking about earlier in this episode. But Mass Appeal put out another album. It was an unreleased album, a halfly posthumous album by none other than the legendary rap duo, Mobb Deep. This is Mobb Deep, the infamous Mobb Deep's Infinite album. I really love this album. This is not the original cover. This is the cover that I have right now. One of two covers that I have right now. Very happy to have this. Dope album. I streamed it. Don't plan on opening this. Plan on keeping it sealed, throwing it in the collection. Happy to have this version. However, I got a second version. I am going to go back to the Mass Appeal website and get the original version. The original version did sell out on CD initially, but it looks like they restocked, so I'll go back and support them because I try to support rap artists and labels and so forth like that. But when I originally tried to buy this one had sold out as well. I took too long, just like, it's going to be around. It just dropped. I wasn't really thinking people were going to grab it. So I ended up grabbing this off of Rap Bay out in the Bay Area. I want to say Oakland, but it might be San Francisco. I forget where Rap Bay is at. I want to say Oakland, though. It is Oakland. And I bought it from Kelly and them over there, and it was 20 bucks. Got it in. Happy to have this in my collection. But the second version that I had, I did get off of Mass Appeal, and it's another Mobb Deep Infinite. This one is this Mobb Deep Infinite resembles as you can see, this one is on fire. The infinity sign is on fire. So this is the matchbook that struck the match, Infinite. This one was also signed and autographed on the back. Says that it's Mobb Deep against the world, and it was signed by Havoc. As we know, Prodigy P is gone, but it looks like a book of matches. I really thought this was pretty cool, so I'm happy to have this too. Overall, this month has been a great month for November 2025. I got a lot of goodies, a lot of cool things in there, but it was the holiday season, so I didn't do a lot of shopping. Focused on a few things that I was like, for bud owners, for bud smokers only CD. I've been looking for that. The Scarface cassette tape. I thought I was getting a brand new sealed one as described on Discogs. It is brand new. It is sealed. It just was torn, and a crack in it. It didn't mention that in the notes. It happens. I sell things too, and sometimes things could get cracked or torn, and as it travels through the mail, things like that. I'm also happy to have the Born and Raised in Compton, DJ Quik cassette single. That's one that I've been waiting for a while. You know what I mean? So it was a great month for me, So, yeah. without further ado, I'm gonna wrap this up. I do appreciate you guys tuning in over these this past month. As you can see, I've been putting a lot of videos up, getting us caught up. My goal is to get caught up to 2026. We just wrapped up January, so I will be working towards that one to get that done, so I could be on time once this month, February 2026, wraps up. So, yeah, thank you for tuning in. My name is Mint. Don't forget, oh yeah, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. But comment below. I really appreciate when people comment below. Let me know what I missed or misunderstood, what you liked, didn't like, and any suggestions. So last month, I am going to start to do this. Some people want to know how much did I cost, who was the buyer, who was the seller, things like that. I don't know if I'm debating on the seller, but I've been trying to give you guys the prices, but I'm probably going to do the sellers as well to highlight some of those guys as well. Some people are asking for tips on what to buy or how they should buy, how much they should spend, which is a part of the reason why I do the monthly mailbox, to give a little bit of guidelines. But there's some things that I'm willing to break the bank that I talked about, like the Raekwon only built for Cuban Linx, the original one that I missed out on. I'm not gonna lie, I do suspect Shield bidding on there, but whoever won really wanted it, and they paid anyway. I feel like the guy with the cracked one, he has the same amount of feedback versus one of the bidders on the one that I was looking for, and you can see that price being pushed up. And maybe he was trying to replace his cracked one with that one. I don't know. He wasn't the winning bidder, but sometimes you could tell if you go click on the bids on the eBay, and then all of a sudden his popped up just as much. Not as much, but just as much. But it's cracked, so no one's going to pay that. Anyhow, thank you for tuning in. My name is Mint. This is November 2025's monthly mailbox. Continue to check us out on Instagram, here on YouTube, and even our Facebook account. I don't really post on Facebook. However, things get automatically posted from my Instagram to my Facebook account. So yeah, just continue to follow us, like, share, subscribe, and I really appreciate all of you guys. Two Stokes, and I'm out.